Hello my dear students, I welcome you all to your history online class. So in today's online class, we'll again deal with your fresh chapter from your medieval history, that is chapter 9, talking about the Mughal Empire, which started from the year of 1526 till 1857. So when we talk about the Mughal Empire or the Mughal dynasty, its background, about its history, political administration and many other things, we should know exactly who was the great founder of this dynasty or empire, who is lasted in India for nearly 331 years. Not a joke, 331 years ruling their power over all the Indian states, subcontinent, and how they become famous. And if you talk about the kings or the rulers of the Mughal dynasty, first and foremost the name comes like Akbar the Great, whose full name was Jalaluddin Muhammad Akbar, and the founder Jainuddin Babur. And then talking about Shah Jahan with Taj Mahal, Jama Masjid and Redford, and even talking about the cruel king we call known as Aurangzeb, the son of Shah Jahan, and the last ruler of the Mughal Empire known as Bahadur Shah II, who was been exiled to Rangoon by the British government during the revolt of 1857. So let's start the class. So first, if we talk about introduction of this chapter, we see exactly the period from 1526 where a foundation was set for this Mughal Empire by Jainuddin Babur, and it got ended in the year of 1857, where we see the last ruler known as Bahadur Shah II or Bahadur Shah Jafar. So if we talk about the foundation, even we see that how Jainuddin Babur, he founded this great empire after having the first battle of Panipat in the year of 1526, after defeating Ibrahim Lodi, who was also one of the king of the Lodi dynasty under the Delhi Sultanate. And Jainuddin Babur, he was been invited by two leaders during those time, Daulat Khan and Rana Sanga. So when he came, there was a battle that took place in Haryana with the first battle of Panipat, and then ultimately we could see that many reasons as well as the points which gave Jainuddin Babur to get victory over over Ibrahim Lodi, because for the first time in India, cannon was being used by Jainuddin Babur. Disciplined armies, well-trained armies, proper equipments or weapons to fight against their enemies, and all these reasons made Babur to get victory and set a new empire, that is Mughal Empire. Next we see that his main aim was to make Mughal dynasty a very strong like empire or kingdom with a powerful administration. And we see overall for 331 years that how it is also known as the golden age of painting. And then talking about the Mansardari system and many other things about the introduction by Akbar, Humayun and many other kings, but overall the topics regarding this main highlighting terms. Next we'll focus on the sources. So sources gives a very informative as well as detailed idea to us about how Mughal Empire existed in India, what are the key points, how we will believe through the two sources. First is known as the literary sources and second archaeological sources. So in the literary sources we see that a work or a book written named as Ain-i-Akbari, written by Abul Fazal, who was also one of the member of the 9 Navratnas or 9 gems of Akbar's court, who has written mainly about Akbar the Great, that is Jalaluddin Muhammad Akbar. The 3 volumes which consisted of Akbar's code of rules and regulation, the theory of kingship and the monarchy system. We all know whenever we talk about the medieval chapter, we see that how there was a monarchy system that existed, and at present we don't have that monarchy system. In some parts of the country we have, but in India we follow exactly a democratic republic, sovereign, all these features highlighting the constitution. So even it was been regarding the army, finance and the revenue system. So overall all these key points were highlighted with this work known as Ain-i-Akbari, written by Abul Fazal. And even Abul Fazal wrote one more book that is known as Akbarnama. So here also in Akbarnama, discussing or describing about Akbar's conquest, expeditions, battles like second battle of Panipat against Hemu, the general of Afghan chief known as Sher Shah. We have already discussed in the we already know about that. And next we focus on the archaeological sources. So in the archaeological, mainly we will discuss about the 3 great monuments which were constructed or which was been erected under the supervision, under the guideline by Shah Jahan, one of the great king of Mughal Empire, on the field of construction, monuments, buildings, art and architecture, interior, exterior design, and many other things. So first we'll focus on the monuments and the archaeological sources topic, that is Taj Mahal. So Taj Mahal we all know very well. No need to give more introduction about this Taj Mahal, because it was built by Shah Jahan. It was been designed by Ustad Isha, and that was a gift to his beloved wife known as Mumtaz Mahal, which took nearly for 22 years how to build Taj Mahal, and it is located in Uttar Pradesh state in a place called Agra. And the material that was used in order to erect Taj Mahal was white marble as well as red sandstone. Next we'll focus on the second monument, that is known as Red Fort. So Red Fort, how it was also erected, or it was been constructed under the guideline of Shah Jahan, the son of Jahangir. And then the material that was being used, red sandstone, marble, it was dome in shape, structure, sizes, rectangle shape, square in shape, and it took nearly 1 decade, that is 10 years, to complete this Red Fort. And it's very much famous for the 2 main gateways, one that is known as the Lahori Gate, and second that is known as Delhi Gate. And even the peacock throne of Shah Jahan, very famous, that was been kept under this monument. And we all know on Republic Day, that is 26th, one of the main festivals of India, 26th of January, every year we see that how parade is being done in front of this Red Fort, where we see the Prime Minister addressing the whole entire nation with a very valuable speech, and then process goes on. Even later on, Padma Shri, all this Padma Bhushan, gallantry awards are also been awarded on this particular day. And the last monument, that is known as Jama Masjid. So Jama Masjid also was been under the guidelines of Shah Jahan, no doubt, but it had mainly the 3 gateways. Like Red Fort had 2 gateways, but this Jama Masjid, it had 3 gateways, and it was an open courtyard having different shape and structures of this monuments or building, and it was one of the famous mosque for all the Muslims to go to pray, to offer whatever they wanted in the name of their religion Islam, under the founder known as Prophet Muhammad. And it also had water tank reservoir which was been kept for the people's use, and it took nearly for 14 years to complete the entire dome shaped structure of this mosque known as Jama Masjid. So this was overall your topic for today's class, with the introduction of Mughal Empire and the 2 sources, literary as well as the archaeological sources. I hope you have understood the explanation or the topic that we have to study for your class 9. Till then, stay safe. Thank you and God bless.